Hi there, I'm Allie, and I just wanted to start this off by reading a prayer. This is by Joe Wright. He is a pastor, and he said this prayer to open a meeting of the Kansas House of Representatives. But I thought it was still pretty prevalent today, so Heavenly Father, we come before you today to ask your forgiveness and seek your direction and guidance. We know your word says, woe to those who call evil good, but that's exactly what we've done. We have lost our spiritual equilibrium and inverted our values. We confess that we have ridiculed the absolute truth of your word and called it moral pluralism. We have worshipped other gods and called it multiculturalism. We have endorsed perversion and called it an alternate lifestyle. We have exploited the poor and called it the lottery. We have neglected the needy and called it self-preservation. We have rewarded laziness and called it welfare. We have killed our unborn and called it a choice. We have shot abortionists and called it justifiable. We have neglected to discipline our children and called it building esteem. We have abused power and called it political savvy. We have coveted our neighbor's possessions and called it ambition. We have polluted the air with profanity and pornography and called it freedom of expression. We have ridiculed the time-honored values of our forefathers and called it enlightenment. Search us, O God, and know our hearts today. Try us and see if there be some wicked way in us. Cleanse us from every sin and set us free. So, this was actually written in 1996, but a lot of these things are still things that we deal with today. The needy, exploiting the poor, killing our unborn, shooting, not disciplining our children, abusing power, pornography. And I think especially for teenagers today, we struggle with wanting to fit in, and all these things are things that everybody else does. And so we do it too, because why not? If everybody else does it, there can't be anything wrong with it. But we do have a choice. We have a choice, and we've always had a choice. You have a choice to go the wrong way, or to follow God, or, you can do what you'd like with your life, but there are consequences for the choices you make, and sometimes those are good consequences, and sometimes those consequences are hard to deal with, hard to live with. And I think for us, it's hard being a teenager in today's culture. It really is. And it's easier just to flow with the crowd. But if Jesus would have flowed with the crowd, where would we be today? We wouldn't be saved. We wouldn't have any hope, because Jesus wouldn't have died, and people wouldn't have cared enough about what he said and about what he thought if he didn't have the status that people believed him, people trusted him, people followed him. And that's what made him different. And my question for today is, what makes you different? If you were to go on trial and say, yeah, I am a Christian, and someone were to put you on trial for that, would you have enough evidence to back it up? Or would people just say about you, no, she or he just went with the crowd. They did what everybody else did, and I never thought a thing of it. I would have never told you they were a Christian. So today, what will you do to stand out, to be different, to be unashamed for Jesus, to be a Jesus freak?